Active Clean Air and Antibacterial Ceramic is a technically advanced photocatalytic material in the service of humanity and the environment. Photocatalysis is a natural phenomenon in which titanium dioxide, through the action of light and humidity, activates a strong oxidative process which leads to the decomposition of the polluting substances that come into contact with its surface. Titanium dioxide is applied at high temperatures on the active slabs. The material works in presence of humidity and natural or artificial light, and is able to activate and accelerate the photocatalytic degradation process of air pollutant molecules coming in contact with it. Throughout the world, Active is currently the only ceramic material for floor and wall coverings using titanium dioxide in micrometric size and showing photocatalytic efficiency. Micrometric size ensures human safety and environmental protection. In fact, our body is able to recognize and defend itself from micrometric particles. The most recent scientific research has highlighted the possible risks for human health and the ecosystem associated with the use of nanoparticles. There are many sources of pollution in our towns and cities. Central heating and traffic first and foremost. Car exhausts churn out substances that are highly toxic to man, such as benzenes and nitrogen oxides. Thanks to the light and moisture present in the air, when they come into contact with active slabs, nitrogen oxides are transformed into nitrates, which are soluble salts and basically harmless. Every day of our lives, we come into contact with a large number of bacteria, some of which, such as Klebsiella pneumoniae, Staphylococcus aureus, and Escherichia coli, are a serious threat to health. Thanks to the oxidation process triggered by photocatalysis, Active destroys the bacteria that come into contact with its surface. This makes Active particularly useful as a floor and wall covering, not only in hospitals and clinics, where the risk of infection is very high, but also in schools, restaurants, hotels, and every other public and private context where hygiene is important. The photocatalytic process generates a high concentration of hydroxyl radicals on Active's surface, and these oxidize the bacteria, eliminating virtually 100% of them by absolutely natural means. This specific mechanism allows Active to present a 99.99% bactericidal efficacy, even in the case of antibiotic-resistant bacteria, as demonstrated by the test carried out on Staphylococcus aureus ATCC 43300, a very dangerous methicillin-resistant bacterium. What's more, photocatalysis renders Active slabs super hydrophilic. Using this instrument, a tiny, perfectly spherical drop of water is allowed to fall into the surface of the material, after which high-resolution images are required to study the shape and angle which the drop forms on contact with the active slab. This means that drops of water rest on the slab's surfaces with a very small contact angle of around 10 degrees, which state-of-the-art scientific equipment is able to measure. very small angle ensures that part of the moisture in the atmosphere will form a film of liquid on the surface of the slabs, creating a barrier to prevent dirt from being deposited on them. So, just ordinary rainfall is enough to clean a vertical external wall covered with active, rinsing the dirt to the ground. To display this property effectively, laboratory tests were performed, in which the surfaces of active slabs were dirtied with dyes, red, blue, and yellow, wine, coffee, and a soft drink. When the tiles were exposed to sunlight, it was seen that the color swiftly disappeared from the surfaces and the stains vanished, offering unequivocal proof that Active's photocatalytic power is highly effective. Unfortunately, the rooms inside buildings where we live most of the time also contain pollutants of external and internal origin, such as residues of cleaning or personal care products, or cigarette smoke. Even artificial lighting is enough to enable Active to reduce the levels of most of these pollutants as they come into contact with it. Amongst the various pollutant molecules, Active is even able to degrade the nicotine molecule. Active Clean Air and Antibacterial Ceramic. The only floor and wall ceramic certified by ISO 10678, ISO 27447, and ISO 27448. For a new eco-active architecture.